What is the boldest move you pulled at school? Junior year, AP Chemistry. Easily the hardest class in school. Not because the content was impossible, but because of the guy teaching it. Mr. Lyle. Mr. Lyle was one of those teachers who believed that stress equals learning. He'd purposely make tests harder than the material we studied, throw in trick questions, and even admitted once during class that he liked watching students get creative under pressure. You know the type? I wasn't failing, but I was barely holding a B. Same with most of the class. What made it worse was he refused to review tests or give extra credit. His motto? The world doesn't give do-overs. You either know it or you don't. Yeah, real motivational. Anyway, things came to a head after one particularly brutal test where the average score was a 52. I got a 61, and somehow that curved to a B minus. People were furious. A few classmates asked him to explain his grading or let us do corrections. He just smiled and said, "Life's not multiple choice." That night, I snapped. I wasn't the type to get in trouble, but I was the type to notice things. And I'd noticed that Mr. Lyle stored all his tests as PDFs in a shared drive on the school network. It wasn't password protected, just buried. Not something students were supposed to access, but not exactly Fort Knox either. So I dug. Found folders going back years, tests, quizzes, worksheets, all named with dates or weird abbreviations. I didn't take any of the tests to cheat. I had a better idea. I started studying them. Deeply. I went through every exam he'd ever made, breaking them down question by question. I made a spreadsheet, yeah, really, and tracked what types of problems he reused, how he phrased certain questions, which topics he hammered over and over. After about 2 weeks, I realized the guy had a pattern. Not in the answers, in the structure. Same tricks, same traps, recycled in different clothes. So I built what I called the Lyle Bible. A 12-page study guide, organized by topic, with summaries of the types of questions he liked to ask, examples of his trick phrasings, and notes like, if he says, assume ideal conditions, he's setting up a gas law trap. Recheck volume units. Multiple choice with all of the above is always the answer, unless one of the choices is D, none of the above. In that case, pick C. I didn't put my name on it, just dropped 30 printed copies in the library printer queue during lunch, walked away, and let the curiosity do its thing. By the next day, everyone had it. Test scores jumped. Like dramatically. Average went from 50s to high 70s in 2 weeks. Lyle looked rattled. He gave us a pop quiz to catch the cheaters. Didn't work. The guide had us prepped for stuff like that too. Eventually, he called a class meeting. Said something about unethical collaboration, that someone was clearly circulating inside information, threatened to start giving oral exams if it continued. But there was nothing he could do. The guide didn't have answers. It just beat him at his own game. I never said a word, not even to my closest friends. Watching it spread, seeing people actually understand the material instead of just surviving it, that was enough. End of the year, Lyle scaled the final down instead of up. Said it was too easy. We all knew it wasn't. Boldest move I ever pulled. Quiet, smart, clean. And for once, we weren't the ones getting tricked.